Live yet. Oh, you bastard.
Wow, man.
All right, well, I'm throwing it together, so
Welcome back. It's an NDL Weekly with Renee. Renee, hey, what's Side Diva mean?
Psy PsyD is my it's doctor of psychology, but PsyDiva is kind of a nickname and that I have.
Does your friends call you by Side? Tell me, swear to God, tell me your friends call you Side Diva.
No, they call me
Oh,
Data.
Data? Like on Goonies?
No, like on Star Trek.
Oh, Data. Is there a Goonies on? Is there a Data on Goonies?
I haven't
Or what
seen
was that
Goonies.
Asian dude? What was that Asian kid's name? What was it?
I don't
Hold
recall.
on. Asian kid's name in Goonies. I like how Google tries to guess what you're going to say. They're like always right. Actor across the board, child time,
This is great. We get to watch you Google.
Oh, it is. It is Data. It's Data. Dang, is that show good? Is that show good, or is it just was it just good then?
you mean the
What?
movie?
Movie,
Star Trek?
yeah. No, Star Trek I never got into, but Goonies.
Oh, I don't know.
Dude, I watched that when I was little. I haven't watched that in probably
Yeah.
30
And
years.
and that might be because it's not that great. But I thought it was so good. It
Or
was so
I'm old
fun.
and have no children.
So you didn't? Oh, well, yeah, you probably were like what,
She was out of
15,
college when that
16?
she was out of college when that movie came out.
Probably.
Goonies was 85.
Oh yeah. I was already in California.
Oh, fun. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Well,
I think you
Goonies.
graduated college before my mom graduated high school.
84.
Yeah, that's when I was
Right.
born.
Oh, there we go.
Well,
Lucky.
my mom graduated in 82, so in high school, so not quite,
Mhm.
but it was damn close.
Hey, you look great. You look like I don't know what I don't know. I'm horrible with ages.
Who me?
No, he's
Yeah.
talking about
Oh,
me.
Oh,
oh,
I'm
Zach.
60.
Yeah, dude. That's fresh. That's the fresh old age of a great fantasy football vet.
Yeah, I don't know about fresh, but
Hey, so why haven't you been trading as much lately? I know you're saving the homeless, but is that kind of just you were getting a promotion or something?
working on it. Um,
So what
uh,
does a promotion
Interviews
look
this
like?
week. Uh, Part of the executive leadership for the department, and most likely over all the homeless stuff, which is blowing up. And
Mm.
Because of the
so,
housing
yeah,
market?
working a lot. That's a problem. We don't want to. We don't want to get into that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't mean to open that
Mm.
can of worms.
Mm.
But
There we
a
go. You can see
combination
me
of
better
that,
now.
my private practice, working a lot, and then also I was just talking to you guys a minute ago about how I have a lot of older assets on my teams, and so I don't necessarily have a lot of options that people are interested in. So it makes it hard to do trades. I'm offering, but no one's accepting. So
Is the AFC pretty active as far as response?
I think there's a good amount. I would say
Is there?
mm, a third of the folks.
Okay, that's not
I
good.
haven't had a trade offer from Renee in forever, so
Dude,
Well,
I know Renee used to be active. Well, what was
well,
it?
I
Was it
am. I
just you
just
had
don't.
time?
I'm tired of no, so I just move on.
Hmm. So I think the tear downs are really fun for me. It does take a couple years to do it really well, but it is fun. And we're going to get to a trade that each of us did. I did one a little bit yesterday. You did one, Zach, a few weeks ago. Renee did one early in the off season. So we're going to go over just since we're on. Anytime we have someone on, it'd be like nice to kind of go over a trade that you had or something that stuck out, even if it's not including us, involving us. But we'll go over that at the end of the show. What we will do is we're getting into GA. A lot of gross teams, like we were saying, a lot of teams that we're thinking you need to spend a little more time away from the family. and focusing on your roster is kind of that's the motivation here. Okay, negligence.
The
Okay,
the
family
bad thing
negligence.
about having all these gross teams is everyone thinks they have a shot to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, and it's
And
true though.
you have a shot to make the playoffs, but a lot of these teams that have the shot to make the playoffs, we're talking about sneaking in, don't really have a realistic shot of winning in the playoffs. They just make it. You know, you get your money back, getting that
Right.
wild card
Just
spot.
like the Jaguars and all of those in the NFL. That division was horrific.
In NFL, in the real NFL or in
In the
NFL
real
league?
NFL, where it was
Yeah.
horrific. They could get to the playoffs, but you weren't going anywhere.
Yeah, that
They did. They did have to. Who did the Jaguars? Was it the Chiefs?
I don't even know. You should know. I don't know.
Dude, we were my son
Is
turned
there
on
really is there tanking in the NFL? Do you think they tank?
Oh,
I mean, Lovey showed us he doesn't tank.
Yes and no.
Bill O'Brien.
Because it's slightly different because sometimes if coaches know that if they tank, even if they're trying for that quarterback, they may not be there the next year.
Yeah, but I think quarterback, yes, is the supreme position to get. But I think early on in the first round, pass rusher and tackle, those big uglies, those are premier roster building around type position. I think it's still worth it.
You start with your quarterback.
Doesn't matter if you start with your quarterback. No shit. I already said that. But what I said is, even if they don't have a shot at a top 3 pick, why not make sure that you're going to go from pick 15 or 16 to 6 or 5?
Because they may not be there next year because they may get fired for not winning.
Yeah, but you play to win the game. You play to win the draft. That season. What if I could?
You have to have the owner has to be on board. You have to go to the owner, and I don't even know if you could go to the owner, but the owner is going to have to be on board, saying, you know what, we want to get this guy, we want a high draft pick. Go out there and be competitive, but
yeah, but you just can't legally do that. But you can do that. So I get what you're saying, but you can't be the coach just like this. You got to tiptoe in, and you got to be like, I got a question. I think we need to talk about something. It's not looking good out there. And then you got to just wait for him to chime in. And you almost got to write it on a piece of paper and then light it on fire, because you just can't have those conversations. You find out you're banned from the NFL. You can't do it, or you're getting first round draft picks gone, which then you're gone. But yes, I agree. And I don't know the logistics, but there should be like a safe word to where it's bail. I think it just makes sense, right? You can't overly do it, but you got to save the health of some of your guys and also try to go out there and be competitive for the franchise. And sometimes that doesn't mean this season. And I know it's hard to get guys on board with that, but they know the game. They've been playing for a long time.
You also have players that
I know
aren't that unless they just like that. I mean, there are times I'm sure where players are just like, what's the point? But
and then yes, but I think it's those teams that say, hey, listen, we're not going to kick a field goal here. We're going to go for it on 4th down most of the time. We're 0-6. We're 0-8 now. Let's go out there and fucking party, right? Let's go out there and just balls to the wall, give it everything we got. We don't need to punt. We never need to punt. There should be no punting. There should be no field goals. There should never be it. Go for that touchdown. If you don't get it, you're like, hey, we tried. Hey, we gave it our shot. I'm betting on you guys. We suck, but I'm betting on you guys. Let's go out and get it done. That's the same with fantasy football. If you guys know that you're not going to make it, get out there and make some trades. Just especially in salary leagues.
I don't. Again, I don't know how many times I heard. I can't get up yet. I might make the playoffs.
Oh my God, I know.
Anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs.
I
Yes
know.
and no. There are rare occasions where a team majorly outperforms a much better team on a
Hmm.
1 week basis. That can happen. But then the next week they just get trounced. They don't
Yeah.
make it to the Super Bowl.
And they're not surprised. So what are you doing in GA with your team, Renee?
Well, last year I blew it up. It was my second blow up of that team.
There you go. Hell yeah.
And boy, it was a blast, especially when we
Hell yeah.
changed the rules on how late you can trade, that you could trade all the way into the playoffs. It was like,
You're welcome.
come and get some folks. Injury, no problem.
Hell yeah.
Low
Yes.
dollar, low price. Come on.
Isn't
over.
that so fun?
It
Isn't
was
that so
blast.
fun? And
It
you
was
know what?
blast.
I think it makes it a lot tougher in a salary league because yes, you have to find two motivated buyers and you have to make it work.
All of
So
it.
you can't just collude. You can't just do that. You can try and you can. And I'm gonna laugh at you when Zach boots your ass. But it's a lot tougher with salary leagues, right? Non-salary leagues, you can kind of get a little colludey. But in salary leagues, it still has to fit, right?
No, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're a little more fair. It's less. It makes more sense because it also has to still make sense for the team that's blowing it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's also how I was able to get rid of Delvin Cook in the 9th hour.
And no one, for some reason, no one likes late first round picks.
Right.
It blows my mind. I've found so many decent players in the late first rounds.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
First
I've
round
had
picks.
some 2 trades that were recently denied because 2 of the picks I was offering 2 first rounds, and I was told that they were late in the first round, so it wasn't gonna fly.
I do get that to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Early, like right now, first round picks are kind of anything. It could be an early, could be. I've seen Zach. I can't remember which league, but he's like, bro, I got the 101 or the 102 or the 103, and it's not my pick, and I got it a year ago, and now look at me. I guarantee that dude trading that pick didn't know it was going to be the 101, 102, 103. I seen you do it a couple.
Trade.
But I also think that
I've seen you say it a few times in a few leagues.
Just because you don't value a late round pick, somebody else is gonna, especially down the road.
And that's something that I've tried to explain to people. Just because you don't like a player or a pick and you're in a rebuild doesn't mean someone else won't want that asset. And so you can make a trade knowing that you're not going to keep that player or that pick and use that asset to trade to get something else.
Right. But the fun of it is we all have different ways and different angles that we play this game. So if that's the way that you want to play it, then you get the benefits of that direction and the consequences. So I think it's important to really watch the folks that do the trading, the kind of stuff that they trade, and who's winning out there. I mean, you just look at just how awful both Joe and Ash's trades are. Ugh. Who's at the damn top every damn year?
Although, how did you guys feel about Joe sending a first for Musgrave?
I don't have a problem with it.
I think we talked about this off camera the other day. That is a trade that back in the day, Joe would make all these kind of trades like that, and everyone would just, Joe, you're a dumbass. You're stupid. That was a terrible trade. And during that little period of time that he made a lot of these trades, and everyone was trashing for the trades, back-to-back NFL championships.
Yeah, and I get it, and I see what you're saying, but that one right there, we're not tight end premium.
You don't see what I'm saying because you weren't there to really see it. You have. When it comes to someone like Joe, he has a method to the madness that we don't always understand. And I'll give him shit, and I'll jump on him to talk him down, but it's too many times his performance record-wise, championship-wise, is better than most in the leagues.
Right. So everybody just you have to start to see if your valuation actually comes true, because if you stick where you're at, unless you're at the top, you're never going to get there. So I think it's just important to keep kind of the discussions happening and the stuff flowing. And if somebody doesn't want my trade, that's fine. I'm going to work it out somewhere else.
You're right. No, I hear you. I just think Musgrave, I thought that was really awful. Not just kinda or not good, or I don't.
I'm telling
Not
you,
if he's wanting to win. Not even if he's trying.
I just saw a podcast that talked about Musgrave and how fantastic he's looking. So.
Oh no, I know the off-season wins every year. Off-season wins all conversations.
Victor Cruz, his name popped into my head earlier today. Do you remember Victor Cruz?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
He was a shining star for a few seasons, and it was preseason football that like brought all the attention to him. I still remember trying to trade up, and I think it's a closed league now. But trying to trade up into the third round with, I think, Wes at the time, and he would not move. He's like, I'm taking Victor Cruz. I'm like, you son of a bitch. So, I mean, you have to put some reliance on the preseason.
Let me do this. Let me say this. Do you think Musgrave is going to be as good as Hawkinson this year?
This year, no, but
Well,
maybe next.
Would you
This
send a
this
first?
is dynasty, man. This is
Would
not
you
a
send
one.
first? Fuck off. Would you send a first for Hawkinson right now?
I think it was the 25th.
No. Was it?
that GA?
Doesn't matter.
I think it was the 25th.
Was that GA?
I want to say yeah.
No, it was JB.
Oh, was it?
So, would you send a first for Hawkinson
Yeah.
in non-tight end premium? You'd send a first for
Oh, it was
Hawkinson?
a 24.
Yeah.
So
He literally
you
traded
send
for
it
that and then traded it away.
So would you send it for Pat Freiermuth?
I don't know.
See, this is what I'm talking about. He's trying to win. You'd send a first right now for Musgrave? I don't care. Let's say he performs better than Goddard. Let's play he perform. He's not gonna. Or Pat Freiermuth. He's not gonna. But he'd have to play that well to make it worth it. He needs tight end. I get it. But he sent a first for Musgrave. That's
What do I hear
great.
from you guys all the time? Go get your guy.
Oh, fuck that. I don't say it. I don't say that. Get your guy.
do.
Dumb. It's fine. Dumb. It's fine for some people, but if your guy happens to be Justin Jefferson, go get him. If your
You don't
guy
get Justin
is
Jefferson for a first.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, I don't care who it is. You said get your guy. You didn't say for how much. If your guy is like an elite talent, yeah, go get your guy. But go get your guy. I don't subscribe to that. And as much as Renee just said she did, she's not going to go and pay for someone that just because it's her guy. Let me tell you this. We've known Renee 5 years now. 5 years. Who's her guy?
Russell Wilson.
No, stop it. I'll tell you what, you don't know her guy.
She doesn't have a guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm a
she's
lesbian,
smart.
and that is why.
Get your lesbian. If this was a get your lesbian day,
Oh,
I would play for that team.
The lingerie league.
that would be a great league. No,
that.
not that.
would be
That's
I would watch that.
no.
The
Are you not a
fantasy football lingerie
type?
league.
Are you more of a a rough and tumble girl, or you like a dainty, like a cutesy, like a princess? Like at
Have you not
Disneyland.
paid attention to like
when you're at Disneyland and you see those princesses are very pretty. Are you like,
They're too young.
okay, that's true.
we're
Let's
getting way
move
off.
on.
We're 20 minutes in,
Moving
Jason.
on.
We're
I
20
know, but
minutes
now
in.
we're on a good topic. Now we're not
We're
going
20
anywhere.
minutes in, Jason.
Hey, this is what I'm saying. You don't go get your guy. You just do the math. Your guy doesn't even need to be great. You don't even have to like him. Hey, he could have beat his son with a switch and made him bleed. You still gonna go get him? I am. Tyreek Hill, I bought him a bunch. Kareem Hunt, these aren't good guys, but you go buy them because we're playing a game. Watson, not a
What?
good guy.
I don't.
I wouldn't have him watch my daughters.
What?
I'm gonna buy him.
Okay, you went on a tangent that
No,
had
this is
nothing to do with what we
correlated.
were talking about.
Oh no, it does. It's just the opposite end of it. You don't have to go get your guy. You get whoever makes sense. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I love his trade. I just want you to know that I am all in. I am all aboard his trade because it was stupid. Okay, GA, are we ready? Everyone with their deals? Everyone with their,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What about you, Renee? You're all good? All right. So GA has a bunch of poopy teams.
Poop.
Okay? Poo-poo. We want you guys to be better. Okay? Help us make this show great. Make it great. Please, sweet God. AFC North. Who do you have, Renee, winning the division in the AFC North?
The Browns.
Oh, hey guys, quick thing. Mayfield finishes preseason 14 for 15.
Yep, and he's on sale in GA.
Not bad.
$20.
Now his 14 his 14 was only a grand total of 105 yards. Excuse me, but it was 2 touchdowns, and more importantly, it was no interceptions. Okay? I've been trying to sell Godwin and I can't. So
Really?
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. I'm sorry. Renee, you said your division
I was saying
winner.
Ash in the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
I've got the Ash hole winning as well.
Hey, listen, Ash, I need to tell you something. It's sexy. It's sexy. It's good. It's a good team.
He's
I
got
may have
Mahomes.
finished to it. It is. It's better than Mahomes. It's just gorgeous all the way around.
He could have had Mahomes in 32 as well.
He could have, yeah, but your offer was bad. So that was the only thing that was the only rub to that offer was it was bad. But besides that,
It's got Mahomes in it. That's all that matters.
I'm gonna just read off what his team is. He's got Mahomes, then he's got Brees, he's got Damian Pierce, he's got Tony Pollard, he's got Ayuk, Bateman, Gabe Davis, T. Higgins, Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin, Kyle Pitts. Guys, let's end the podcast. Let's just go spend time with our loved ones. I don't even see a reason. We know who's going to win 2023.
Well,
AFC South. Hey, let's just pray for injury. Okay.
Well,
to anyone not Mahomes, anybody that's not Mahomes.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
There's a potential for injury all over this, but
dude, 1 year Mahomes is going to go down like a Brady did, like Manning did, and we're all going to be bummed. Anyone that doesn't like Mahomes is going to be devastated that they're not going to be able to see Mahomes play that year. I'm going to be bummed too. I hope it never happens.
Well,
all right,
and
AFC
I really
South.
want to make sure that the year that Denver wins the division, Mahomes is playing because I don't want any asterisks.
Well, I'll take an asterisk. I will sign up for an asterisk. Okay.
The Raiders can't even get an asterisk. That's the
problem. I would like one though.
But they could get an ass. That's it.
You're a jerk. We have had that. Okay, we're not going to get it. We got it. AFC South, Zachy.
Tennessee.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know why? Because the rest of the division is poo poo.
It's little poo poo.
Little poo poo. I will read off. And Titans is Brian Cood. It might be Cud. I don't know, but he is my friend, and I want to let you guys know this guy is a gamer. Might not be this year, and if it's not, it's next year. He's gonna make his presence felt.
He doesn't talk much.
He doesn't talk much. He also is in a league that I'm in, a bunch of leagues, and he's a commissioner for a bunch of leagues, and he doesn't talk much there either. But he wins much. He's got Dak. He's got Oh, this is how bad the division is. Sweet Jesus.
Henry.
I had to keep scrolling.
Derrick Henry, that was like the tiebreaker in this division.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah. Although I do like Leonard Fournette for $1. That's pretty nimble. I think he'll get a job. I do like Donta Foreman. Not much. Especially I don't like him when he has Khalil Herbert also. But
Foreman looked good today.
I like Foreman. I like him a lot. I don't
You know
like
who
him a
looked
little.
bad today?
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Playing
That's a
versus
bummer.
the twos, he looked
Yeah.
bad.
It's not good.
That's not good.
Not
No.
good, Bob.
Not good, Bob. What? How bad? Like what
Like
kind of bad?
underthrowing, like throwing into the dirt, overthrowing. Just his accuracy was terrible. Unless the guy was wide, he made a few plays that looked really great. Guys were wide open.
Yeah.
One
It might
touchdown
be-
throw that he had, it was a pretty good throw. But again, keep in mind, he was playing versus the twos.
Yeah. At this point with him, I'm just looking for those. Does he have like anything? You know, being off the field is one thing. Being off the field and going through the legal system, that's got to really mess you up. That's got to mess with your head to where you can't. He couldn't think about football. I wouldn't have been able to do much. I wouldn't have been able to get. I mean, come on. So let's see if he can do anything. If he can do anything, show us something. It might take him a year to get conditioned. This might be a 24 kind of guy. But either way, let's see. We got Derrick Henry, Treylon Burks, Tyreek Hill, Deontay Johnson, Devonta Smith, Dulcich, Pat Freiermuth. No one on taxi, but I think he'll take his division as well. AFC East, Renee.
And the wild card is not coming from either of the two divisions we've just talked about.
Let's see.
I will disagree with you there, but
I agree. But that's fun. We'll address those in a sec. Okay, AFC East, Renee.
This is my division.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very close, but I think MF Joe of the Jets.
Mm-hmm. I have Joe as well.
So do I.
But I'm not done.
Oh.
So.
Aren't you? Didn't you say you were in rebuild?
Oh yeah, I'm in rebuild.
Renee, I've got you third.
No, you got a good team. Yeah, I
think I'm gonna take this division by the time we're done. But as of right now, no.
I've got you third right now in the division, so you got some work to do.
I do.
Hey,
have some work to do.
You do have Elijah Moore there on the bottom. I didn't see that.
Yep, I also have a bunch. I also have some firsts.
Oh.
So,
I like first.
I think you probably want to do. How's Russell Wilson? Give us a peek behind.
Looking really good.
Okay.
He's running again. He's lost some weight.
He does look good.
Yeah, so I think he's going to actually be pretty decent.
Okay. Joe's team is, I'll say Daniel Jones, but he does have Jared Goff and Love, which gives him some nice flexibility, but I'd be starting Jones. Cam Akers, Dylan, Eckler, Pacheco. Excuse me, all viable options.
Mm-hmm.
Devonta Adams, Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson. Wow. And he apparently hates the tight end position, but he does have Luke Musgrave. Is he he
loves Taysom Hill. Loves Taysom Hill.
He does love Taysom Hill. I have seen him start Taysom Hill, and I made fun of him, and then it worked out for him. So, egg on my face. But he does have – is he a Green Bay fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
That makes that trade even fucking worse, dude, and I love it. God. Okay. I did look at to give him credit, I did look at his JB team yesterday. It's not bad. I hate it. If it was my team, I'd kill myself. But I definitely that is I'm making it out to be. So yes, I do think his team is good. Just for giggles, I'm going to say Renee's team. I'd be starting Russ over Sam Howell, and then Travis Etienne. I like Damian Harris. Rashad Penny may be on the bubble, and he looks like he may be out of a job in a minute. And I do like Javonte Williams. Woo, Renee, you see a couple of his runs last game?
I know he's kind of crazy. How
Yeah.
could he be this good this quick?
It shouldn't be. I'm
PEDs.
thinking, who?
PEDs.
Let's hope so. You know, I'd like some of those. I'd take PEDs right now.
We
I'd swallow a
know,
little
we know,
handful.
Jason.
I'd swallow a handful of those right at 6 p.m. All right, so those are your running backs. Jerry Judy. Okay, one. What are we doing with Jerry Judy? I said it on the
We're
last show.
holding.
We're holding.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just a
not
hold.
liking that hold, guys. I'm going to say it right now. This could be all season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing
but-
we want is to start and rely on him in a roster spot with a hamstring this close to the kickoff.
Well, for a rebuild, it would really be a good asset.
Well, yeah, you're not rebuilding.
I know.
Yeah, but I'm also, if I'm rebuilding, I'm not going to pay a lot for him because he's not proven he can stay on the field.
You still pay market value. His value didn't change for me. Just because of this, who cares? I don't care about him this year. He's the
But
same
he was
player.
hurt all last year too.
No, he wasn't. He was hurt.
Or was it 2 years ago?
Oh, who cares? Doesn't matter. These guys get
He was hurt
They're
for
all
3
going to get
games.
hurt.
3 games last year.
So
Okay,
what?
it was all of last year. It felt like all of last year.
Then so you got Judy, DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley. You know what? If you're not careful, you're gonna have just a good enough team to get 10th.
Oh no, I'm going to be in the playoffs.
Oh, I do like Tank Bigsby, and I do like Elijah Moore.
And
you
I
have
got
some
Trey
firepower. Dang it!
For when
right,
Dak
who
goes down, that's a good. That's a good.
Did we all? Yeah, Dak's not going down. Oh my god! Oh my god! What if Dak goes down? Trey Lance does well. Oh my god! Hey, they paid a good price for him. They paid what, a third?
Yeah, I was reading about that. I think there are about to be some contract negotiations that they're thinking that they may not follow through and give Dak another contract, and then they go with Lance.
I thought they gave up a 4th.
Yeah, I was wondering it's a third or fourth. Wait, what did you read?
That the contract negotiation for Dak is coming up, and they're using this as leverage. They're not going to give him the big thing.
I thought they already just.
I thought they paid him.
Yeah,
Right.
last year.
I think it's next year or the year after,
It's up?
something like that.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
I know. It
Well,
won't work, but
what if?
I know.
I wonder if Jerry.
It's all we've got. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
hang
know,
on to
dude.
what
Yeah,
if.
dude. Our fantasy. I mean, it's in the name, right? But I mean, our fantasy world revolves around what ifs. Guys, do you understand? Our hopes and dreams are about to end in 2 weeks. Do you guys get that? The fun of fantasy football is over, almost over, because it's about to be grind and shattered dreams. I want everyone to really enjoy their Saturday today because it's going down really soon. All right, so we all had Joe. AFC West. Who you got, Renee?
Zach.
Yeah, quite easily.
I
I'm not even
picked
going to
LA.
ask Zach. Oh, you picked LA?
Yeah.
I have LA in the, well, it was close.
So I
Well,
have
it's
myself as a
close.
wild card.
I can see
I
it
had
going either
them-
way.
I have Tony winning the division and me a wild card.
All right, I could go with that.
Yeah, and it's close. I did give I'm super unbiased. I love L. But except for Joe. Just kidding, Joe. I like to fuck with you. So
his starting lineup, the position guys, I think just slightly edges me out because of having Jacobs, Bijan, Chase, Diggs, and then I can't remember, Harris maybe, versus Barkley, Lamb, Olave, London, and Kelsey. I mean,
Yeah.
Kelsey,
I think it's close.
and that could be why I win the division is strictly because of Kelsey.
that was the kicker for me. Period.
It's one of those
because it's not Kelsey versus his Hawkinson, or
No,
he
it's
doesn't have
Kelsey
anyone.
versus freaking Conklin.
He still rosters Logan Thomas, right? Tony, spend some of your assets and
No, Tony, don't
get someone. But he's got A Chain and Mingo on Taxi as well. Roshan Johnson on Taxi. Those are some speculative buys. Michael Wilson on Taxi. Justin Ross on Taxi. Justin Ross, he was a studly prospect. You guys did not trade for him or get him off waivers or whatever it was to think he's not going to do well. You guys gave him a shot, and he might make the roster. But Tony's got Josh Allen, Najee, Jacobs, Elijah Mitchell, Bijan, Jeffrey Wilson, all mentionable. Jamar Chase, Diggs. This is where it kind of fell off a bit for me, right? Now, he doesn't need to be super stacked in a start 2 wide receiver league, but Michael Thomas, that could be fine. But Zay Jones and Robert Woods, those are ones you're really uneasy putting in your lineup. And then no one at tight end. And you have Jalen Hurts, Saquon, really no one behind that.
No,
that's
going to be rough. Kind of why I gave him the edge.
Yeah, but you have to understand too, and we all do. If Barkley plays, if they're like, listen, you're getting 15, 16 touches, then you're done. I'm going to be happy. 15, 16 touches, maybe 18 touches, and he's healthy all season. This is a start 1 running back league.
True.
All you need is a joker just to come in on, and that's week 13. You're going to be you're going to know if you're in the playoffs by week 13.
But I'm looking at week 11 right now.
And well, I understand because Drake and Pittman,
Olave, and Pittman are all on bye.
Yeah, but there's so many moves you can make with them too, and you could just forfeit and just see what happens. You could still win without that. You can promote Kincaid and be fine.
With the double headers, especially in the first or second week of that double header, you could not be willing to give up a game.
Well, you're not willing. But you're not going to magically make a trade.
So what I guess what I'm trying to get at is this goes back to some previous years where teams have said like they had a quarterback buy issue and they weren't willing to trade for a quarterback. And they were willing to go in to the bye week without a quarterback or another position, like essentially to start a bye week player. Because they thought they could still make the playoffs. Well, that ended up that 1 week ended up costing them 2 games.
Mm-hmm. There's so many what ifs. I've seen people win weeks with 60-something points. You could get that from just Hurts.
But what I'm saying is you can't be willing to start a bye week player.
I agree. There's choices you have to make in a week 11 type deal. Do I sell one of these guys and they're going to take advantage of me, or do I just let this rip and see what the fantasy gods have? That's a fine play. Now, that's not optimal, but you, of all people, you're not going to take some shoddy trade offer for even a Pittman, a Hollywood, something like that. And you're not going to sell a stud to win a week. Not when 50 points could win it for you because their players just dud, especially in a 16-team league. You could go up. I don't know who your week 11.
I was getting ready to look at that right now.
Yeah.
Tony.
So that's not good. I take back everything I was saying.
God.
Why did I schedule this? Anyone.
Why did I do this schedule this way?
You and Ash. I mean, Tony and Ash. It could have been anyone else. Okay. Yes, I agree. Hey, be mindful of it, and that's what makes this fun. All right, NFC North. Okay, welcome to hell.
No, hold on. So wild card.
Oh, sorry.
I got myself and Jacksonville as a wild card.
Dude, go for it, Renee.
I have I have yourself or
Tony, yeah.
Whoever
Tony. Doesn't win the division.
And then whoever is second place in my division.
Whoever's second place in your division.
So it's either Miami or myself.
So I had Miami as the bubble. I've got Jacksonville as the wild card, Miami as the bubble.
Right. I actually did think Rizzo could do it. He's got Watson, DK, JK,
I've got him.
Swift, Jonathan Taylor, Amari Cooper. It's just it gets a little rough, but then he does have Hawkinson. He's got Jalen Warren down there. He's got Quentin Johnson. He's got Mike Mayer. He's got Chig. There's some possibilities, but he's got Derek Carr behind Watson, but I think he's got some viable options.
You mean
But it was
Watson behind Derek Carr?
Maybe so. If it's Watson behind Derek Carr, I'm going with Miami.
And I'm still,
Because that was my
I'm
other
still, as a JT owner, I'm still nervous about JT.
We should be.
Um,
I'm more nervous if he stays in Indy just because of pride.
And I don't have, like, Swift will be okay, I think, but I don't
Sure.
believe in any of his other running backs. And
Oh,
he
I like
has,
JK a lot.
I don't.
I
And
think
he
you're
has
wrong
no
about
one
that.
outside of Amari Cooper for wide receiver.
Why aren't you into JK?
What has he shown us to make us?
That I don't care about. He has shown that he's got talent. He got hurt. So what? He's got amazing talent. He was an elite prospect. This guy's a stud. He hasn't been great. I'm not worried about that. I'm waiting to see if talent takes over.
So he
I
was
bet on
hurt
the
all
talent.
2021, and he was hurt
Yeah.
half the 2022 season. He can't stay on the
So
field.
what? So what? Maybe this year he does.
You can't. How can you be high on somebody that
Because
can't
he's healthy in a run happy offense, and it's a great
run
offense.
happy because of the quarterback likes to run a lot.
Well, they like that smash mouth football, but and because they run
up a bunch in best ball.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The price is great, and it's all on the price. Now, this doesn't mean, and that doesn't matter in this conversation necessarily because we're not talking about price.
Again, wide
but
receivers. He has nobody outside of Amari Cooper.
Mhm.
That's concerning. I agree, but you only do have to start 2.
Yes,
So
but you're gonna have Juju, Darius Slayton, or Richie James in your lineup every week.
not super pumped. No, you're not every week. You can have Quentin Johnson, and I'd be super
okay.
fine with Johnson.
We have to see Johnson could be buried behind Williams and Allen. We have to see how that turns out.
3 wide receiver sets. He's getting separation. Allen goes down. There's so many worlds where
this is just we have to wait and see on this one.
Plus Palmer.
Wait and see is fine, but I mean he's not stuck with Darius Slayton and Richie James. Now Juju could be just fine if Juju can get 7 or 8 targets a game.
Yeah,
playing in the slot, playing X. I mean, he could play all over the field. Why wouldn't he be getting 7 or 8 targets?
right.
I don't know.
I don't see why
possible.
he wouldn't. Yeah. Then he's got Hawkinson and he's got Dalton Schultz. He can start 2 tight ends. He's got Chikakonko. He's got Michael Mayer. I'm not relying on Michael Mayer. I'm keeping him on taxi. But I think that there's a world where Rizzo makes some noise.
Also, keep in mind right now, he is $19 over the cap. How is he promoting?
He's getting rid of Schultz.
Okay, so he's at $2.99. How is he promoting Johnston?
Yeah, he's going to have to make some decisions.
He's going to have to get rid of
Derek Carr. Get rid of Derek Carr's $29 is a pretty
it's probably
easy
more
option.
likely going to be Watson at 50.
Yeah, no one's going to buy Watson for 50 with 1 year left.
No.
But he could. Yeah, he could take. I mean, what are you going to pay for Watson with 1 year left? Now, if he lights the world on fire, well, then he's not dealing Watson.
Yeah, if Watson shows any form of what he had been in the past, you keep Watson, you drop Carr.
Yeah. You could trade Carr for a second.
Well, probably trade. Well, it depends on the team. Obviously, you would try to trade Carr before you dropped him, but worst case scenario, he drops Carr or Watson, depending on how the season plays out. Whoa.
How's that? You like that? Right.
My puppy, it's National Dog Day.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hi. All right, let's see. Where are we at?
All right, NFC. So You guys
I'm
didn't
gonna
rank.
say Miami. I'm gonna say Miami.
So they're my bubble team, and you guys didn't rank um correctly, right? You guys didn't rank 10-1.
No.
I didn't.
So
Nope.
I'll just go real quickly. 10-1.
Okay.
Miami, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Vegas, Indy, Cincinnati, Denver, New England, Houston, and Baltimore.
Okay. Baltimore again, huh? Oh no, wrong league. Okay. Okay. Very good. All right. So NFC North. What do we got?
Oh my God.
I
The
need
worst,
Start
toilet
with.
paper.
the worst
Let's.
division in the league.
I'm gonna go first this time. I have Bill. Bill and the Packers.
Yeah.
I've got Detroit.
I've got the Packers, and we're all so right.
Okay, I'm gonna go over Packers, and then you can go over the Lions. Bill is going to be starting Lamar. I'll just say his guys. Lamar. He's got Dylan, Khalil Herbert, Aaron Jones, Javonte Williams, Olave. He's got Dobbs. Is it Dubs? Dubs?
It's Dobbs.
Dubs. Dobbs. Olave. Oh God, I got Juju. Sweet Jesus. And no one at tight end. Oh my God. He does have Tank Bigsby, Algier, Quentin Johnston, and then Luke Musgrave.
Here's
God help us.
Detroit. Russell
Okay.
Wilson. If Russell Wilson can be like Renee thinks he's gonna be, he'll be just fine there. Then he's got Ramondre Stevenson and David Montgomery, and everyone I hear from everyone, David Montgomery is just gonna eat up those goal line carries.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Then we've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Kadarius Toney, if he can stay on the field, and then Njoku. But we've got Addison, Downs, Flowers, all on the taxi.
Rashee Rice? No, he's not probably
Not
going to do
this
anything.
year. Like,
yeah, but
Rashid Rice is you keep him on the taxi.
listen, you guys don't have too many options. You guys might be using him now for you fantasy.
But
we're
using
not.
him, you have to look at Andy Reid's history with rookie wide receivers.
He might not have a choice.
You
guys don't have many
what I'm saying,
options.
they play, they just don't put up
You're right.
numbers the rookie season. You're not starting Rashee Rice unless you are absolutely desperate this year. I mean, he dropped a wide open touchdown today. It was over the shoulder, and I think it's one of those things that he knew he had the touchdown, and he took his eye off the ball just a split second too early because he was so happy, right through his hands. It was a beautiful throw.
That's rough.
He's Amir Smith-Marset looked really good today. I think he earned a spot on the team, and that means he's going to be on the field some. I mean, neither him or Rice are going to be startable this year, I don't think. So I've got Detroit, and funny enough, as I have the rest of the three in this division as the bottom three in the league.
Not a surprise.
So if Green Bay does win, the division, then the rest of it's going to be Detroit down there at the bottom. But I think with those wide receivers, if even a couple of Addison and Flowers show up this year, they'll be in the starting lineup, and he's going to be winning that division easily.
Hey, I need your help. Okay, go to Nate's team.
Chicago?
Yeah. No, yeah. And GA, yeah. So I have Chubb, and I was looking to get his Dotson and Freiermuth. Start one running back. I'm hurting a wide receiver. Would you give up Chubb and a first for Dotson and Freiermuth? Pretty easy, huh? Wouldn't we?
I guess when it comes to Nate, does he feel like because of how weak this division is, that he could win the division with Miles Sanders?
Hmm. Hmm.
This like and this is how I feel about things. If I don't think I can win the division
Mm-hmm.
or make a run as they want, like if I'm looking at the league and I'm saying, okay, I'm either winning the division or I'm not making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I almost would essentially punt. I would most likely punt that year. Let someone else have the division, a weak division. I'll get a higher pick and and look forward to next year. Like I I want to win every year, but at the same time, you have to. At least I have to look at my team and be realistic. I can't win with this team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what can I do to better myself for next year to try to win next year, and then I'll reevaluate next year,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of what I did with GA and JB for the last few years. Like, I thought I drafted terrible. I thought I was gonna be good. Drafted terrible, and I'm like, okay, I gotta just rebuild this from the ground up, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it 2 or 3 years if it needs to be.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I like the strategy. Huh. He
Well,
countered. He
the reason
countered
why
with the
I would
first.
take Chubb in a first for Dotson and Firemuth is because it would give me a first. So that helps me to build for next year. Or if some crazy thing happens, I can use that first to get a pick. I get an asset. And then Chubb,
Mm-hmm.
you can sell for more than a first.
I like Chubb a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
you could sell them to
See,
a contender.
I would rather if I'm Nate, I would keep Fryermuth and give up Waller.
Yeah, if you can.
That's.
Well, I mean, but then he's got to go shopping, and he
What
just
do you mean he's
doesn't
got to
do
go
that.
shopping?
Or he counters.
Well, yeah, but $33 compared to $7, I'm out. I wouldn't do it at all. I can't.
You're giving up a $56 or running back.
Yeah, I'm also getting I'm also having cap issues, and I'm getting another player. I'm getting a $7 Fryermuth and a $12 Dotson, and I'm
Okay,
giving
so
up
a
56
33, a
bucks.
33 and a 12 is 45. You're still saving 11 in cap.
No, I want both. I would need. I would
I get
want.
why you want what you want, but if I'm him, I
That's what I'm
keep
saying. He's
Fryermuth for
gonna.
my future.
Yep.
Well, but then
You
I'm not a trade partner,
okay,
and now
then
he's got to go shopping, and he doesn't
he
do
doesn't
that.
have to. He doesn't have to go shopping.
Well, if he wants to give, if he'd rather give up Waller, who's he going to just sell it? He's going to sell it to God. What's he going to? Who's he going
No,
to give
as
it
soon
to?
as
But
Waller
you're
hits,
you're assuming
people
he
are
wants to
coming.
trade Waller. I or Fryermuth. You're assuming he wants to trade either of those. What I'm saying is, if I'm Nate, if this is my team, I don't give up Fryermuth because I'm looking to the future. I'd rather have Fryermuth on my team than Waller.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
You're looking to win now.
yeah, but this still keeps him. He can still be competitive. He can flip that asset. He can do whatever he wants. Right now he has Miles Sanders. Right. It would be nice to have another option.
How about we move off this really crappy division to something else?
Well, I was more talking about the trade. No, I
I
would love to get off this division.
All right. I've got Atlanta winning
Ditto.
the South.
Yeah.
Atlanta winning the South. Oh God, I didn't even. Okay, I
Yeah.
have, I have Tampa. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to try to make Atlanta better, but I'm not super thrilled. I have Tampa winning the division. Trevor Lawrence, Antonio Gibson, Kenneth Walker. It's not a great start, but it's serviceable. Burks, Mike Evans, Godwin, Michael Tom. God, I can't even finish it.
You
I don't
have
want to
Daniel
talk about it.
Jones, Nick Chubb, Christian McCaffrey, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Smith.
Jameer Gibbs.
Oh yeah. I just overlooked him because
Yeah.
whatever. So you are
He's a
going to
tiny
win this.
guy.
You're going to win this division.
Yeah.
Nick's
Does
team or not? Nick's
Fryermuth?
team is not.
I have Judy. I'm not super pumped about that.
Judy, you don't need Judy. You've got Chubb, Gibbs, and McCaffrey.
Yeah, but what if I have McCaffrey and Gibbs, and then does that trade make me stronger? Because he just said, yeah, he'd do it. He said, I feel like I'm going to regret this, but sure.
I don't
So
think it makes you stronger. It does at tight end, yes. And it gives you depth at wide receiver, but I think you're going to be better off throwing Chubb in your lineup every week and just running Smith and Diggs. And
I still
maybe
need someone else, though. I need an eighth player. So I'm going to have to
well,
start.
Gibbs is your 8th player.
No, it's not enough. Daniel Jones, then 3 running backs. That's 4. Diggs and Devonta Smith. That's 6, and then a tight end, which is gross. And I still need someone else. I don't have. I got Laviska Shenault.
That
So
should do it.
that'll do it. So if I give up Chubb,
So I would try to swap Judy for Mims. I think Mims is going to end up being something now because Sean Payton picked him and Judy's out for a minute.
mm-hmm.
Denzel Mims?
Is he going to start in 2 wide receiver sets?
No, Marvin.
Marvin Mims, okay.
He will now. Hamler's gone. Patrick's out. It's going to be Sutton, Mims, and and see, I can't even think.
Yeah,
So-
I know. I don't see anyone else.
it's disgusting. That's why Javonte is going to be carrying the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Atlanta.
Oh, Javonte is so fun, guys. I hope he's.
All right.
I hope he's healthy.
East.
NFC East. What do you
I've got
got,
Philly.
Zachy? East,
Philly.
huh? Okay, where's? Oh hell yeah! Jason K's team is fire.
Yeah.
What do you got, Renee?
Yeah.
Justin Fields. He's got Purdy backing him up. Love it.
No.
He's got
Fields is
Purdy.
backing up Purdy.
Maybe one day.
No, not maybe one day. That is going to be this season.
Fields looked very good today.
You're a dum dum. Oh, Adrian, Zachary, whatever your name is, I'll give you 10-1 odds. I'll bet you $100. 10-1 odds. You're 10 to my 100 that Justin Fields outproduced Purdy. Let's do it. You're just doing it. You're doing it. Bet?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. So then he's got Alexander Madison.
What scoring we're using?
I want it in
What
ones.
league?
I don't even care.
Pick a league.
GA's good.
Okay, we'll do GA.
Okay. Madison, Mixon. That's it. P. Ryan's cute, but Javonte's a dog. Devontae Adams, Brandon Ayuk, DK, DJ Moore, Mark Andrews. That's solid. That's a solid team. He doesn't have room for much depth, but he might not need it. He's got depth at quarterback, solid. He's got depth at wide receiver, solid. Yeah, you know what? He's got Chig behind end. That's solid.
If Andrews stays on the field, he's great there. Andrews gets hurt, he's definitely hurting bad.
Right. Then I
It's
go
sexy.
Giants.
Yeah, Giants is my wild card team. So
I had me as a wild card team, but I couldn't even look at Tampa's team after I was talking about it. So I think I was just being stupid. But all right.
Giants looks great.
Giants, let me read that off. We got Herbert. We don't have anyone behind Herbert. I'm a little nervous.
it's the running back room that had me pick Philly over the Giants.
Yeah.
He's a Chubb can't. He needs to go and get Chubb, but I don't know how I could fit Chubb on his roster.
Yeah.
By giving
Yeah,
up
he's
Noah
got
Fant.
no one. He's got James Cook, which he better be good. Donta
Give
Foreman.
up Noah Fant.
And he's got no. Yeah, guys, he's got no running backs. She's got Chase, Cup, London, Ridley. That's hot.
Curtis
But then he's
Samuel
got.
as a bye week dude. That's just fine there.
And
I like
Conklin will
Noah
be
Fant.
serviceable.
He could, but Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a history with tight ends. He doesn't
No,
like tight ends.
no.
He's got.
I want nothing to do with an Aaron Rodgers tight end.
Yeah, I liked Conklin last year though. Renee, you're right. I thought he was fun. Let's see what he did in 2022.
I think he's ranked 12th or something. Or
Yeah,
13th.
don't look at the numbers. You're gonna like him a lot less. But he had some good weeks.
Yeah.
Anyone on? No, he doesn't have anyone on. Ugh, could we skip this? Can we go? All right, NFC West. This is where the heat is. Who
San
did you guys have
Francisco.
winning the West?
No, wait. Yeah, San Francisco.
Me too.
I've got Arizona as the other wild card team.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, me too. I mean, Braxton's team. We got Kirk Cousins, ETN, Jonathan Taylor, Bateman, Hollywood, Gabe Davis, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Pitts, Schultz backing him up. That's really solid. I like Cousins a lot. I like Bateman a lot. Obviously, I like the other teams. I mean, the other players, but those are two that don't get a bunch of love, and I do like them a lot. Arizona, Mache, he does have Mahomes, Henry. No one really behind him. Jamal Williams could be really serviceable, but I don't know. But he's got Henry, and then he's got Higgins, Pittman, Mike Williams. Okay, Dallas Goedert. He's got Travis Kelce.
The Kelsey Mahomes stack is.
I know. It's just
but
very good.
the wide receivers is what puts San Francisco over Arizona.
Yeah, that's wow. So I really like them. I mean, I'm not sure what Adrian's doing in this division. He says he wants to compete. He's got Josh Allen, Najee, Damian Pierce. He did just tout DJ Chark. So
I have him at 7.
I'm really
7th pick overall next year.
Skeptical of his choices this offseason. He does have Christian Kirk, Tyler Lockett. Oh, fuck it. Oh, God. I'm going to stop. Oh, sweet Jesus. I just wrote to him and I said, hey, would you sell Kincaid? I didn't even make an offer yet. I have 2 firsts. I have 2 seconds on just waiting as dry powder. And he said, doubt it. That's it. He did have a smiley face, which was really cute. But doubt it with all those picks that I have. Doubt it.
Are you giving up all those picks for him? Because that's might be what it takes.
He would never know. I wouldn't give up 2 firsts and 2 seconds. Don't be stupid. But I'd give up a decent amount for Kincaid. But I don't like Kincaid that much. I wouldn't give up 2 firsts. But I'd probably give up a first and a second. Would he not take a first and a second in a rebuild for Kincaid? He's the type of guy that's no hype. Dawson Knox is looking good. No, I like Kincaid.
He just spent the first to get him. Why would he give him up for the same thing he just spent?
Oh, I don't know. Profit's fun.
But second's not a great profit.
All he has to do is he's the king of give me a counter. I wish he was on here and roasting.
That is very true.
He didn't even take an offer. Not an offer?
He used the 11 on him. Maybe he loves Kincaid. You might just.
He also wouldn't trade A-Chain to me. A-Chain?
He's rebuilding.
Planting his flag on A-Chain? He's not rebuilding. That was in JB. He's rebuilding, but he's also.
Oh yeah,
competing.
He doesn't rebuild.
Yeah. He wouldn't take Elijah Moore or Bateman for A-Chain. What the fuck is that?
I think the quote that we need to put some quotes aside, and the one of what's wrong with Marquez Valdez-Scantling is my favorite so far.
What? He was also touting DJ Chark on the last show.
Right, I know. I was dying laughing.
Okay, so my 10-1 ranking.
Oh, yes.
I've got Saints as the bubble, then Philly, Seattle, LA. Ooh, I messed up somehow. I got Saints on here twice. That was me trying to fill in the teams. Who did I missed
Ooh,
somebody. Tampa Bay,
doesn't even
Washington,
matter. Got a bunch
Chicago,
of
Green Bay, and
stinkers.
Minnesota. NFC North, bottom 3. There is definitely a world if they don't make any moves that they have the top 3 picks, and assuming they have their picks in next year's draft.
Guys, I don't like looking at this anymore. My
You want to
team
look at
depresses
trades?
me. My team, I'm so bummed out. It's such a blah team. I can't even do it. I like looking at your teams way more.
This is
Ash is depressing how good his team is. Joe's team is depressing me how good it is and how mediocre mine is.
this is my favorite league to watch right now because I'm enjoying it immensely. The rebuild on Bills.
I love the build. I swear to God, I am ready to cash my chips in and stick Gibbs right on taxi tank.
What?
I have Kyler. Fuck. I'm so bummed. Fucking grossed out. I'm so bummed and grossed out. Guys, I'm sick. Okay? I'm whiny and sick. All right. So listen, I had a cute little trade. It was just a tiny little one. I gave up Fields. Did I get enough for Fields? I got Daniel Jones a first and 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think about it. He's been after Fields. I hate my team. I don't know what to do.
So this
I
is
like
one
Daniel
where
Jones.
I take this if I'm a Fields owner. Because
I offered it.
I know you offered it. I'm in the situation where I'd almost rather get something for him now in case he isn't what we hope he is, than gamble on him, depending on my situation, then gamble on him and then not get anything great for him.
I like that strategy, but I'm a believer. I like the dog in him. Guys, he's been like this. He's been doubted for a long time in his, high school, college career, and then he kind of just rises up. He's got that fight in him, and it like a find a way, make a way. I don't know, and maybe it's I root for that kind of character. Renee, how do you feel about Fields?
Well, I think he's going to be in the top 10.
He is who we think he is, Renee.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
I hope so.
I like him.
There was a lot of bad football last year.
You're right. Do you remember, Zach? Take a trip with me in our time machine. Okay, take a trip. How much? Thank you, Renee. How much did we hate Josh Allen? None of us liked him. I knew Bills fans that wanted to destroy Josh Allen off of their team. I'm not saying he's Josh Allen, but he's of that cloth. They're both sporadic throwers. Josh Allen really got better, right? They're both runners. They're
Gable,
both find a way. Whatever the case may be, you're right.
He doesn't have Gable anymore, and he saw his numbers last year.
I love Allen. Okay, don't you besmirch his name. Not in front of me and Renee. But we didn't like Allen. Do you remember that, Renee?
I remember it. Nobody liked Allen the first year and a half.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I had much of a thought about it.
I can't say no one liked him. No one loved him.
We didn't think much of him. And I know Bills fans hated him. Now that's maybe too close to home type of deal. But okay, Zachy, let me see your trade. Rattle that off. You got 3 minutes, big boy, because we're putting a bow on this puppy. And then Renee, I'd like to talk about your rebuild. Sorry.
It was Jake popping in chat one morning saying Hurts, Barkley, and Kelsey are all on the block.
Mm-hmm. And you hit him with a what?
I'm like,
and I immediately went.
I'm like, oh, what? Okay.
Did you? You did the cat?
And
damn, I love that one.
So I gave up a lot.
I gave
up a lot. I gave up Fields, Garoppolo, Richardson, Now CEH and Zeke and were I think for Cap, and then like CEH. I'm not ready to give up on CEH, and it's one of those pieces that he could come back. Probably not, but you're in a rebuild. Take a gamble on him,
Sure.
and then Thornton, Ingram, and I like Thornton, Ingram, and my 2024 first.
Let me give you a little insight. You don't like Thornton. Just put that in your pocket.
I said I
Put
like
that.
him. I don't love him. I like him.
You don't like him. You like the idea of his draft capital. That's it. He's not good. I wish he was good because I drafted him a bunch.
So
So
and I don't try to remember. It was a day later that we got it done. We were talking,
you were quick.
and he sent the counter, and I tried to change it up a little bit, but I just said I was like, you know what, I just got to do it. It's not exactly what I wanted, but I can't let this fall through my fingers.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just
So-
accepted it.
So let me tell you what I offered that was turned down.
Okay.
Okay.
What were you wanting though? What were
Hertz
you wanting
and Barkley.
Okay.
Just the two, Hertz and Barkley. I offered Mayfield, Wilson, Kendry Miller, Javonte Williams, Elijah Moore, and 2 firsts.
I think it's the
Yeah.
quarterbacks. Why is
Yeah.
the
That's
Fields
tough not getting.
And a second.
the Fields and
The first and
Richardson
second,
the Fields and
Javonte.
Richardson is probably is why he did my trade.
It had to be. If you're giving up Hertz and you're getting Fields and AR, that's tough to. You got to pause because then you're like, okay, Fields and Anthony Richardson for Hertz. I'd say that would be fine for me.
Sure.
That's great. I'll take that.
Sure.
So then it's like, then am I okay giving? Well, damn.
Barkley's
know.
at 80. Barkley has an 80 salary.
Right.
It was Renee, me, and I think one other team that when I looked at rosters, only possible landing spots for Barkley. And that's something I said. When in my trade, I was like, I want all 3 guys, and there are very few teams in this league that are in a situation that they could go to try to win, and it can actually afford these players.
Yeah. If you had your heels dug in and you weren't going to trade for anyone, if not all 3, then he's got a decision to make. But basically, he got 4 Hertz, Barkley, and Travis Kelce. Renee, yours just wasn't enough because replacing Hertz would have. That's tough.
Right.
He
But
wouldn't have.
he probably could have gotten one of the QBs for Kelce.
No, I'm because I was in a situation that for me, I needed all 3 to try to win.
But you wouldn't have traded for Kelce.
No, because if I didn't make this move, this is the last year of my punting.
I think you would have been just fine getting Kelce and Barkley and staying with Anthony. Actually, I would have preferred that if I were you. Just getting Kelce and Barkley because you filled a need. I don't know how much of a need you filled with just getting Hertz
But Hertz is at
Field.
$35.
If it was salary related, then I get it. But I don't think you needed to give AR and Fields for Hertz. But you kind of didn't.
But
because
it was a haul. It was a nice haul. Jake,
but I needed to give them both to get all of it.
So listen to this. Renee, would you give up Fields and a first? Would you give up Hertz for Fields and a first?
I think I did, didn't I? I gave it up for Fields and Treylon Burke.
With me?
Yeah.
That I know I added a couple other goodies in there. I think it was a bigger package, but you did something similar. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if you were to give up Hertz for Fields and a first, then it basically more or less was Anthony Richardson he got for Barkley and Kelsey. Because honestly, he could flip around Elliott and CEH, but
Oh,
I'd
and
rather
that was
I'd rather have my head slammed in like 6 or 7 times with a sliding glass door than to talk to Jake in a trade conversation. I do lots of really
so
bad
these
things on
other
stage.
pieces were also like he did say like I got to look at these other pieces and see if I can move them to get other.
And he probably can, but
Yeah.
it's painful. If anyone else has as much pain as I do from him during trade talks, they're out. But so he's got to look at it like Evan Ingram and Anthony Richardson for Kelsey and Saquon. I don't hate that personally. I think the trade is just fine.
Mhm.
I think you got 3 great pieces, and I think he got basically 3 great pieces with some ancillary trade pieces. But I don't know if he'll end up making deals because he's really rough. But I think it was good. We're moving on. Do you have one last parting thing to say, either of you? No. Okay. Can you pull up Renee's trade from earlier this offseason where she dealt the 101?
And I got Trey Lance.
You're fun.
I did, but that was just a throw in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of trades here.
I know. I did see hers. I think you have to go back. I put
It's
365
right there.
on there.
Right there.
Oh,
You just passed it. The one with
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
okay.
Trey Lance, oh my god.
Do you wanna say it, Renee?
Yeah. I mean, I got ATN,
Yeah.
the 115.
Do you have who that was?
Pardon?
Well,
Did you trade that, or do you know who that was? Did you draft that?
I think that was Kendre Miller.
Okay.
And then I got the 210, which was Marvin Mims. No, it was somebody else. And then,
do you have Marvin Mims?
Oh, it was Tank Bigsby.
Oh, okay, good.
Tank Bigsby. Yeah, I do have Marvin Mims. And then I have a 24 first.
Okay, so in the 24 first.
And Trey Lance.
And Trey Lance,
which
Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
Is
So I got Kendre Miller, Tank Biggs, and ATN, and a first next year.
Okay, so it's incomplete because that 24 first. And whose is that?
Tony.
It's Tony, so it's a late first. Okay. Yeah, ETN and Tank Bigsby. And I like Kendre Miller a lot. The 24 first is going to do it right now. That we'll see how Bijan is, but Bijan looks. I mean that Bijan in the one roster spot. That's what people have to understand, man. Is he is one roster spot. Lots of points in that one single roster spot.
I keep it akin to Barkley. I've had Barkley in other leagues, and it's nice to have kind of that, or McCaffrey, you've got it condensed in the one. But if you don't have anything else anywhere else, I mean, it really doesn't do you any good. I'd rather have 2 assets right now in my rebuild. Right. And I have at least I have the Trevor Lawrence backs, which I think is great because he does.
I like Tank Bigsby a ton.
And I'm a fan of Kendre Miller. I think he's going to take over for Kamara eventually. So I think I've got a nice cheap running back options, and then I see what happens with next year, or I trade that 24. So I'm fine.
Kendre Miller doesn't have to. I don't think Kendre Miller's success is contingent on Kamara. I think he could be just fine, and Kamara be just fine as well. I think he's a very good running back. He was a great prospect. He's hurt right now, but so we're not seeing him much in preseason.
Even after the fact, I'm still happy with the trade, which is nice, and it's always a pleasure trading with Tony.
I do like Tony. He drives me crazy sometimes, but I do enjoy it because he trades, right? He's a gamer. I like Tony a lot.
And he's a nice guy.
And he's a nice guy. I like that he's a nice guy.
Yep,
I don't care much about that, but he's fun to talk to. He drives me nuts. I want you to know that. Yes. He has 2 teams. I can't remember, Seattle and someone, that he just doesn't draft those players. He doesn't have those. He does not roster those players. That's crazy. That's crazy. He has too many convictions, too many morals. But then, yeah, he's got a good GA team. All right.
And he's having a blast, so who cares?
Yeah, amen. I'm with you. He's having fun, and he enjoys it, right? He
Absolutely
loves these leagues and loves dynasty football.
This is a fun hobby, even if I didn't win. It's a fun hobby.
It is. Yeah. I definitely don't plan on winning ever, any league, ever, any year. I don't plan on winning. I play the game. And honestly, the season is where my fun ends. Right, my fun is the off season. That's where the game really is enjoyed. But I do. Thanks, love. Oh, thank you. So this is where hell starts. Just want you to know it's all downhill from here for the next few months.
Especially when you start losing to me.
7 hours of uninterrupted football starting now.
I don't mind losing to you. I know you don't ever give an attaboy or a good game because you're a little bitch. But I do enjoy when people win. And it's not me. So if you win and beat me, I'm going to tell you, fuck off. Good win. Great win. Now go. And if we're in the playoffs and you beat me in the playoffs, I'm going to tell you, go take it, brother. Go win.
I was rooting for you last year in NFL. When you beat my ass handedly.
You did, but you are a little beast sometimes because you don't give love. Love is fun to give, Zachary. Love is fun to give. Hey, let's quote that puppy. Okay, love is fun to give. That's my quote.
Yeah,
it's nice to root each other on. You might have been rooting yourself or me on. Why did I put this in my mouth right now? You might have been.
Because it takes an hour to kick in.
Yeah, no kidding. I know, I had to get it in. You might have been rooting me on, but you didn't really root me on out loud. So I don't think it counts if you don't let the other person know.
I told you. Pretty sure.
You liked my team. You did like my team.
Well,
I say I was going to win.
I also wanted the AFC to win, and I also, if I lose in the AFC title game, I want to lose to the guy that won the Super Bowl. I don't want to lose to a fucking kicker, and then that team goes on and just gets destroyed in the Super Bowl when I would have won.
Yeah, that stung. It doesn't sting quite as bad as Renee's with Joe, but you in your chair, I'm sure it stung. Just seeing from the outside in. And maybe because I got to experience Renee's trauma.
It was so bad.
I was right there with her.
It was so bad.
Remind me?
The strategy was so beautiful.
The snow was coming down. We both had Derrick Henry. He pulled Henry, put in Jones. And Derrick Henry, I think, ended up with like 3 points or some stupid thing in the snow. And he beat me by 1 point something.
Derrick Henry was destroying that year. Aaron Jones probably had a fine year. But the clear choice was to they both had Henry.
It was bad.
And then he pulled Henry and played Aaron Jones just because he wanted to go for the win.
It was brilliant. I hate his guts.
What league was that?
32.
It was brutal. And didn't you lose by less than 1 point?
1 point something or less than one. It was something.
No,
ridiculous.
It was less than.
It came down to the kicker.
Zachy, give me the score.
So that was the 1 year in the past, I think 5 years that the AFC West wasn't in the Super Bowl.
What year was that? That must have been
2020.
2 full seasons ago.
It's 2020, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, 2020, guys.
So I won in 17. Ash went and lost in 18. I went and lost in 19, and then it was, I think, Renee, her first season in here.
No, her first season was 19.
No, I went from worst to first.
Her first season.
Worst first season in 32.
Yeah, there I am.
So what was it, Zach?
I was the 101 the year when I came in and then won.
Wow, good job.
Yeah.
Oh my
Is
god.
that crazy?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like 0.2 something?
Yeah.
0.16?
That's point
1.8 or something, 1.9.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
But you know, Renee, that's less than I think that's less than I won against Wes, who Wes is still traumatized from that.
Dude, that was so brutal. Because we were talking, you had a lot more time on your hands then or something. You were on Discord a lot more. You were trading a lot
0.19.
more. Oh, you know what it was? It was COVID. So we were all
Right.
working from home.
Right.
That's right. Oh, maybe maybe this is just your normal schedule. Because we were really partying a lot during COVID, right?
I wasn't.
2020.
That's when I was super busy, unavailable.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so Aaron Jones 12 points to Derrick Henry's 9.
It was so perfect. So if
So
they both
potential points. Oh, potential points where Renee destroys Joe. 168 to 141. If
Yeah,
they both start.
Yeah.
We were pretty sure that she was taking that, especially when he ended up doing this.
But I mean, who
that was
starts
really
Miles
great
Gaskin?
strategy.
No one starts Miles Gaskin.
He was so high on Gaskin that year. He went and got him in every single league.
And then so I forgot that was that close.
Yeah.
I try to
Renee didn't forget.
Well, no, I did. I gave
tune that stuff out when.
This made it worse. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So just to make you feel a little bit better.
This show is going very long.
We're
It's
almost
not
done.
too long. It's only 126. We were talking a little bit.
So
For
I
us,
beat
this
Wes.
is a quick show.
I beat Wes by 1.55 points, so a bigger winning margin than you lost to. But the big kicker is this right here. Michael Crabtree, Monday Night Football. Everyone else was done. He had several targets that game. He dropped several balls, or
What's the score? What's your final score?
I beat him by 1.55 points. So he needed a reception for 6 yards. That's all he needed to win the
And it
game.
never happened.
See, that's trauma. Guys, we sign up for this. Guys, we do this to ourselves.
We do.
And it rarely goes in our favor.
No.
Right? It just more often than not sucks.
And to be fair, in this situation, my team, if we had potential points, I beat him still. Unlike Joe should have lost to you with potential points. But yeah.
Yeah, those potential points were brutal. Huh. Hey, well, I'm glad you got a ring. That was your one, right?
That was my one.
I've
been back a couple of times, but I've lost. I think I'm 1-3 in the Super Bowl.
Well, at least you got the Super Bowl a few times. I'm clipping it. I'm clipping this puppy. Hey, Renee, super fun having you on. Thank you so much. I would love if you were back every week, every time. You let me know anytime you can be on. We love having you. We'd love it if you were a staple. We would love it if you were if you were right there on the bottom. I know you're super busy nowadays, but we love you.
Adrian is the bomb, so I don't mind.
Oh, I just
Adrian's
fired
a little
Adrian.
too quiet though.
I just fired Adrian. That was crazy. 10 seconds ago, so we need to fill in. That's weird. That's weird. We have an opening. Hey, crazy. All right, I'm ending, or else we will just keep talking. Love you guys.